The next big Pixel conversation isn't just about specs anymore, it's about direction. And if the latest wave of chatter is any indication, Pixel fans are already looking past the Pixel 10 and setting their sights on the Pixel 11 with one clear message. Fix the basics first. Yes, people still love the Pixel 10 for the same reasons they've always loved Pixel phones: clean Android, fair pricing, and an experience that feels lighter and less cluttered than many rivals. Compared to brands like Samsung and Motorola, Pixel's software approach is often described as trimmed down, faster to navigate, and more consistent in day-to-day use. But as Google continues pushing the Pixel brand to stand out, especially with its custom Tensor chipset strategy, expectations are rising fast. And here's the twist: despite Google's heavy push into AI, one thing is noticeably missing from many Pixel 11 wish lists: more AI features. That's not because Pixel users hate AI, it's because many of them feel the phone still needs core hardware and everyday usability improvements. First, especially at a time when tech prices are under pressure due to component costs and supply constraints. So what do Pixel fans actually want from the Pixel 11? Based on recurring community discussions, comments, and common complaints, the wishlist is surprisingly consistent. Let's break down the biggest Pixel 11 upgrades users are asking for and why these requests matter. Better battery life. The one Pixel 11 request: if there's one feature Pixel users keep repeating like a slogan, it's this: better battery life. The Pixel 10 ships with a 4170 mAh battery, and reactions have been mixed. Some users report perfectly fine endurance, while others complain about heavy battery drain, inconsistent screen on time, and phones that can't reliably survive a full day unless usage stays light. Even the Pixel 10 Pro gets similar feedback, with many power users saying they still end up hunting for a charger by evening, and that's the problem. People don't want sometimes a full day. They want all-day battery as the default expectation. Interestingly, some fans say they're willing to accept middling performance if battery life is rock solid. That's a huge clue about what Pixel users value most: reliability over raw benchmark numbers. One idea gaining traction is the possibility of Google adopting silicon carbon battery technology in the Pixel 11 lineup. Silicon carbon batteries can offer higher capacity without dramatically increasing size, but they also come with concerns around long-term stability and manufacturing consistency. One reason major brands like Google and Apple have been cautious. Even if Google doesn't switch battery chemistry, fans believe there's still room for major optimization through software efficiency, modem tuning, and better standby performance. Ironically, some users believe AI could help battery life, while others are asking Google to reduce how much AI is baked into the system if it costs power. Better video recording. Still a weak spot for Pixels have long been praised for photography, especially still images. Google's computational photography pipeline has historically been a major reason people choose Pixel over competitors. But in recent years, Pixel users have increasingly pointed to one area where the lineup feels behind: video quality. Scroll through Pixel community discussions and you'll see the same complaint. Photos are great, but videos don't feel flagship level. Google does offer Video Boost, an AI-powered enhancement feature meant to improve video results. But there's a catch that many users can't stand: it relies on the cloud. That means your video has to be uploaded, processed remotely, and downloaded again. For a lot of people, that's inconvenient at best, and a privacy or connectivity concern at worst. This is why many Pixel fans want the Pixel 11 to focus on improved on-device video processing. They're basically saying, don't make us upload our footage just to get the best quality your camera can produce. Google tried hard to prove Pixel 10 Pro video performance with high-profile marketing, like bringing in the Jonas Brothers to shoot a full music video on the phone. Reactions were mixed, but the takeaway is clear: fans still want real, consistent improvements that show up in everyday shooting, not just in controlled promotional content. If Google wants Pixel 11 to compete with Samsung Galaxy and iPhone video performance, users expect cleaner, low-light video, stronger stabilization, more consistent HDR handling, better audio capture, fewer exposure and focus jumps during recording, improved Face Unlock. Pixel fans want a true Face ID rival, another major request. Face unlock that feels premium, secure, and reliable in real life, not just in bright indoor lighting. Pixel's Face Unlock works in a similar spirit to Apple's Face ID, but it doesn't use an infrared-based depth mapping system like Apple's True Depth cameras. That difference matters because infrared depth sensing typically improves both security and performance in low light conditions. Pixel users want Face Unlock that works in the dark works at more. Angles feels more secure for banking and sensitive apps doesn't fail randomly. In daily use, there are rumors that Google is exploring a more Face ID-like solution for upcoming Pixel phones. If that happens, it could be one of the most meaningful quality of life upgrades in the Pixel 11 because unlocking your phone is something you do dozens or hundreds of times per day, and if Google wants Pixel to stand out against phones that win on brute force hardware, like Samsung Galaxy S series and the latest OnePlus, flagships, then better biometric. Convenience and consistency is a smart place to compete. Faster charging, Pixel users don't want to wait. Charging speed isn't always the flashiest talking point, but it becomes a big deal the moment you're late, traveling, or trying to get through a long day. Right now, the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro top out around 30W wired charging, while the Pixel 10 Pro XL goes up to 45W. That's acceptable for many users, but the market keeps moving, and competing Android phones often feel faster in practice. For comparison, phones like Samsung's Galaxy S series offer higher wired charging on certain models, and brands like OnePlus have pushed charging speeds dramatically further with triple-digit wattage on select devices. Most Pixel fans aren't demanding insane charging numbers. They're asking for something more realistic. Faster top-ups in 10-15 minutes, less anxiety. About short charging windows better. Charging consistency under heat and load, even a modest increase, paired with improved battery efficiency, could make the Pixel 11 feel dramatically more convenient day to day. Base storage, 256GB, should be the starting point. One of the most practical Pixel 11 requests is also one of the simplest. Increase the base storage. For years, the base storage on Pixel devices, including the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro, has typically started at 128GB. Pixel fans are increasingly calling that outdated in 2026 standards, especially when you consider how large modern apps have become, how much space high-resolution photos and 4K video consume, how much storage AI features and on-device models can require, how much the system itself takes after years of updates. Some users claim Android Plus updates can consume an enormous amount of space over time, leaving far less usable storage than people expect when they buy 128GB. Cloud storage can help, but many users don't want to depend on constant offloading, especially for videos, offline content, travel photos, and large app libraries. This is why 256GB base storage has become a common Pixel 11 demand. It instantly boosts value, improves longevity, and reduces storage stress without changing how you use your phone. The quiet trend. Pixel fans aren't begging for more. AI here's the most revealing part of the Pixel 11 discussion. Despite Google being one of the biggest AI-first companies in the world, many Pixel fans aren't loudly asking for more AI features. The enthusiasm is more muted, more selective, and more focused on practicality. A big reason is simple. Users don't want AI to come at the cost of battery life, heat, and throttling higher prices force cloud. Processing extra background, services they didn't ask for, and with smartphone prices rising in general, partly due to hardware costs like RAM and storage, users seem more concerned with tangible improvements they can feel every single day. Final take, what Pixel 11 needs to deliver if Google wants the Pixel 11 to feel like the best Pixel upgrade in years? The community's message is clear. Start with the fundamentals, deliver. Stronger battery life, fix video so it competes. With iPhone and Galaxy. Upgrade Face Unlock into a true flagship level biometric speed, up charging to match modern expectations, and make 256GB storage the new baseline, because in a market full of AI marketing and spec sheet battles, Pixel fans are asking for something more valuable, a phone that feels better to live with every hour, every day, all year long.